Hello and good evening, and thank you so much for being here on this Good Friday. It's also the 14th day of April, and it's also another beautiful day in the neighborhood where we're well above average and are going to continue to be into your tomorrow. Then we'll talk about an unsettled pattern that will kind of move in to the area on Easter Sunday, and it looks as though it will be a big player in our forecast next week. But for now, we're high and dry and simply gorgeous for most of your weekend, and I still hesitate to have to emphasize most, and we'll outline the timeline for any showers that may be rolling through on Sunday in just a few moments. The Johnson County Fiscal Court met earlier this week in regular session. Their audit just completed and reviewed before them appeared to take center stage for a portion of the meeting. We'll tell you why in a few moments. I will also talk baseball again, scores and schedules over the course of the weekend, and it's not all about just scores either, but some rankings that we have seen today from Max Preps, a couple of area teams, and well, I'll just leave it at that. I'll go into it in just a few moments. We've got other news and updates and a whole lot of information that will be pressed to squeeze into a 30-minute show, so let's go ahead and begin. With some good news, I sincerely and wholeheartedly believe, with the official signing of House Bill 156. We've spoke about it for quite some time now, and we knew that it was on the governor's desk, for which it has now been signed, as Governor Matt Bevin has officially signed into law this week the measure promoting economic development in eastern Kentucky, and that's always a good thing. It was sponsored by Representative Chris Fugit of Chavies, and it will create the Kentucky Mountain Regional Recreational Authority to stimulate outdoor recreation and tourism development. Now, we've covered some meetings on this front that have happened in the area and in the region over the past several months, and there's been a big push for this to happen, and a lot of folks who are sincerely hoping and working toward an ATV trail, a regional trail, if you will, and a recreational authority means that we're one step closer to that. As Eastern Kentucky works to diversify its economic portfolio, the KEMRRA will help the region to capitalize on our tourism opportunities that are already available. And House Bill 156 is one of many bills passed during the 2017 regular session aimed at stimulating Eastern Kentucky's economy. We'll be following that and are hoping for some big things out of 156, hopefully in the near future and not so distant. A man from Martin County entered a guilty plea. He was jailed on murder and other serious charges over 2 years ago, and was brought to the Johnson County Courthouse just yesterday, where he has reached a plea deal with prosecutors that appears to have saved his life. Prosecutors had sought the death penalty against Jack David Smith of Inez, but as he was brought back from another facility to the Big Sandy Regional Detention Center this week and held pending a court appearance yesterday in Johnson County Court, he has pled guilty now, charged with murder, robbery in the first, and arson in the second, and tampering with physical evidence, charges that stem from just a brutal murder and robbery that took place back in 2014 in August in Martin County, where he and a woman, 26-year-old Amanda Bowen, were charged with the murders of Tina Goebel and her boyfriend, who was identified as Candy Johnson, and Goebel's granddaughter, 8-year-old Trinity Maynard. All three were shot and stabbed to death, and they were found in Goebel's home, which was set on fire after the crimes were committed. That was in August of 2014 in Inez. He is now facing, instead of the death penalty, the potential for 3 life sentences without the possibility of parole, and is due to be sentenced on May the 12th in Lawrence County. Much more in headlines to come. Before we get to those, one more reminder from our friends at the New Bethel Church on Old Burning Fork Road about their Financial Peace University that starts this Monday night. It will be the first of 9 Monday nights, and indeed it is free. There is also child care provided, should you like to join them.
We're excited to be offering Financial Peace University here at New Bethel Church again this spring. Starting on April 17th, we're going to be meeting at 7 p.m. for 9 Monday nights and going through Dave Ramsey's Financial Peace University. This is a great class if you want to learn how to handle finances better, work with your spouse on financial goals, or just be a better manager of God's resources and God's blessings in your life.
Ritt, I assume you're here to do a debt-free scream.
We sure are.
So how much have you guys paid off?
We paid off $44,000, and it took us 39 months.
Every time I see guys like you all, it gives me hope for the future. You guys are awesome. So what did you learn in Financial Peace University that helped your marriage?
We've just learned so much about each other and strengthened our marriage just through this whole process, growing and learning how to, you know, take care of our finances and take care of our future.
Easily one of the best things we did for our marriage.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Very proud of you guys. You did it. You sacrificed. You paid off $44,000 worth of debt in 39 months. Dustin and Sammy, count it down. Let's hear a debt-free scream.
3, 2, 1.
I love it. Way to go, you guys.
You can find out more about Financial Peace University and register for our class that starts April 17th at 7 p.m. by going to our website, newbethelky.org/FPU. We hope to see you on April 17th at 7 p.m.
They did tell me that the class is free. You can go take in the first class. Should you like to be a part of it, there is a membership fee and a workbook fee, I think, associated with it, but I don't think it's anything of any great cost. But the first one is free, and if you would like to stay, then you can pick up the workbook. But the first one indeed is on them. They hope that you'll join them once again this Monday night for the first of 9 meetings. I hope you join us for more headlines right after this. To get high-speed internet on their state-of-the-art fiber optic network for all of your home and business solutions, or to watch TV without a contract on over 200 digital channels with superb quality, or stay connected with family and friends with 24/7 telephone service you can always depend on, contact Foothills Broadband today. Or just click on their link to the right to find out how they're working to provide the latest in communications at affordable prices with exceptional service at Foothills Broadband. The Johnson County Fiscal Court met in regular session earlier this week. Several items to be discussed. A brief report to follow right now, beginning with the audit that was presented before the county and judge executive and commissioners, and it was good news all the way around. The meeting started off certainly on a positive note for the fiscal court, as Darrell Blair of the Wells office was there to present the county's audit ending for the fiscal year of 2016 on June the 30th with $9.2 million in receipts and $8.2 million in disbursements. The county ended in the black $4.6 million, an increase of $1.1 million from the year prior, with a general fund balance of $1.1 million. There were also no audit findings for the second year in a row.
Now, I would like to commend the fiscal court because there were no audit findings during our audit, and you were able to increase your overall fund balance in the general fund by $460,838. Now, many counties out there are struggling due to the decrease in state funding and increase in overall cost. You guys seem to have recognized that concern and have taken actions and put the appropriate necessary steps in place to keep afloat. So I would just strongly recommend keep on doing what you're doing because it seems to be working, and just keep up the good work.
In other money matters, the county discussed acceptance of $989,000 in road aid funds from the state. And in other business, they approved affiliations with the Rock House Fire and Rescue Squad and the W.R. Castle Fire and Rescue Squad as well. And Emergency Management Director Gary McClure gave an update to the court on a grant for personal protective equipment. The grant already received and already covered here on the program is for 7 agencies in Johnson County to purchase 119 sets of turnout gear, if you will, at a cost of just under $280,000. He says that all the personnel have been measured, the equipment has been ordered, and that each department will have to pay only a 5% match for that personal protective gear. Judge Tucker Daniel later noted that a bridge on Hale Road, which gives access to about 15 families, is going to be replaced after working with the state and receiving an 80-20 match to rebuild a new bridge at a cost of about $130,000. They approved a purchase of a mower for the roads of Johnson County to mow around the guardrails and such at $24,000. And some other positive financial news for Johnson County, as Daniel outlined that the county had qualified for funding from the governor's discretionary fund to fix and blacktop 4 roads in Johnson County. He hadn't got all the details yet or the amount, but he was given reassurance that they had been approved for the funding. And he also confirmed that they had received $103,000 in flex funding for blacktopping of 5 roads in Johnson County. And he announced that the county itself will be funding the blacktopping of over 20 roads, paying for that out of their own budget, which apparently surprised the state.
I've been told by Frankfurt and by the rural road aid people that they're not seeing this kind of money anywhere else in the state. And they're asking, how you guys doing this too? Well, we're just watching our pennies, and we got a road department tries to save money, and Sam does a great job on that. So I'd like to announce at this time that in addition to the money for flex money from the state and from governor's flex fund, we have another almost $600,000 for roughly 21 roads, I believe.
And that adds up to well over 30 roads and close to $1 million in paving that will be done in Johnson County in the coming weeks or months. And just a brief update on yesterday's special session of the Paintsville City Council. This was in addition to their Monday night regular session, which I covered. Yesterday's special session, for which we had a camera there, was just for the sole purpose of 2 second readings. One, for the second reading of the sewer and water rate increase ordinance, in which rates will go up total for both utilities of just under $4 a month for the average customer to pay for the infiltration project that they have going on, as well as some other repairs to the facility. And then after that goes into effect beginning on March of 2018, and each year at that time thereafter, there will be an increase possibly, or they will at least follow the consumer price index and see about adjusting their rates on an annual basis thereafter in small increments, rather than wait many years as it had been before they imposed this increase, as was basically mandated by the state in order to generate funds to make necessary repairs to the sewer system. I'll be right back. Now, for those of you watching, possibly, we did make it to the ECHO, the Talent Expo at the McGoffin County High School last night, and it was really a great experience. A lot of it happened as I was here with you before I got there, but some folks took some pictures and had some other things to make sure that I got for the program. And while I'm still collecting that, there's also an important part behind that, an important person behind that entire event that's going to be in Salyersville next week. So I'm going to hold off on covering ECHO for now until then. We can kind of roll it all together, because indeed it is something that we need to talk about, and indeed it is something that they are already working to build on. But showcasing the talent of our young people is something that you can never go wrong with, and it was a great evening of doing just that. So we'll talk about ECHO at a later time. Just a couple of quick announcements on our McGoffin Farm Bureau community calendar tonight, and the first is the Miss Belle of Appalachia pageant is coming up May the 5th, but sign-ups are this Monday 5 to 7 at the Salyersville Renaissance. Now, it's free, and this is anyone of any age. They've got an age category for you, and of course you'll need to dress in Civil War era attire. And to find out more, call 367-3992. You can also find Tanika McFarland or Jency Bailey on Facebook and get up with them there. But sign-ups are this Monday 5 to 7, and it's all going to be part of Civil War Days here in McGoffin County, which will be one of our upcoming stories before too long. A couple of funeral service reminders to pass along to you this Friday. The first about services to be held tomorrow afternoon at 1 in honor of 65-year-old Harold Clyde Williams of McGoffin County, the son of the late Fred and Maudie Blanton Williams. He's survived by brothers Johnny and Scotty and sister Edith Wright, also a special friend Malia. Visitation will begin at 11 o'clock in the morning, and then services will start at 1 from the McGoffin County Funeral Home in his honor. And 89-year-old Faye Blanton Wheeler of Literal Fork Road passed away on Wednesday of this week. My apologies. She was preceded in death by her husband Dorsey. She's survived by her sons Ronnie and Robert and daughters Doris Williams and Della Pinks. Visitation continues this evening and up until services that start tomorrow in her honor at 1, both from the First Community Baptist Church at Falcon. The Jones and Preston Funeral Home is in charge of arrangements. I'll be right back after a quick break. Scores and schedules for baseball and softball teams from around the viewing area, and rankings for a couple of those tonight. Want to know when you can catch in person some more exciting baseball and softball like you've seen here in the program this week? Well, here's what's in front of you. The Hornets, at last, as I told you last, we're at Central. We're Central even the score for the season at 9-4. That puts the Hornets, the boys, at 6-2 on the season and 1-1 in the district, splitting with Central thus far. They're off for the weekend, and they'll be at Paintsville on the road Tuesday of next week, 5:30. The Hornets will be traveling to Paintsville. As for the Lady Hornets, a 16-6 win that I also covered this week here at home, where they took on Betsy Lane in a big win on Wednesday night. They are on the road tonight. They're taking on Barron County. First pitch set for 7:45. That's in the Lindell Potter Memorial Tournament at Pikeville. So they're going to be playing there, hopefully for a few rounds in the tournament. And once again, their first game is set for, actually, they might have had a game earlier today. The Kentucky High School Athletic schedule here, website schedule, has it kind of reversed. Nevertheless, they're in Pikeville and on the road. Their next home game is not until next week on Tuesday. Johnson Central and the Eagles, they shut out Allen Central in 5 innings. It was a mercy on Thursday night. They are now at 10-6, 1-1 in the district, as we've already covered, splitting with McGoffin County. And they are going to take on Elder from Cincinnati, Ohio. That game is to be announced as far as the time and location. That's all I can tell you. That's all I've got in front of me. That is a Saturday game set for 1 in the afternoon tomorrow. Then they're taking on St. Xavier tomorrow afternoon at 3. That's also a road game for the Golden Eagles. For the Lady Eagles, a 14-6 win Monday night. Back all the way on Monday on the road at Madison County was their last game. They've only got 4 games under their belt this far. A 2-2 season for the Lady Eagles. They, too, are at the Lindell Potter Memorial Tournament in Pikeville tonight and hopefully on tomorrow as well. Game time and opponent to be announced. It's just all that was posted on their schedule earlier today. But the Lady Eagles still have a long way to go on an only 4-game start. They've played fewer games than anybody else in the viewing area thus far. Going on to the Paintsville Tigers and Coach Walt Crace, a 14-0 shutout. A mercy in 5 innings over Sheldon Clark on Wednesday night. Puts the Tigers at 8-5 on the season. That puts them as well taking on Wayne, West Virginia. That's a home game for the Tigers. First pitch was to be at 5:30. Don't have any updates for you on that. They're also at home tomorrow afternoon at 1. Yep, they're hosting Allen Central in case you want to catch some mid-afternoon baseball over at Paintsville. There's your ticket. For the Lady Tigers of Paintsville, a 5-1 win at home Wednesday night against Perry County Central puts the ladies at 11-5. That puts them ranked second right now in 15th Region Girls Softball, tied with Belfry at 11-5. Belfry just winning 129 runs thus far to Paintsville's 102. That's one of the deciding factors, putting Paintsville in second right now behind Belfry. But an 11-5 start thus far. Great season rolling, and once again they're hosting Lewis County. That's a home game tonight at 8:30 in the Paintsville Fast Pitch Spring Classic. And once again, there's also actually, as I look back, they had an afternoon game, and I don't have the the end result on that either. As for Lawrence County and the Bulldogs, a 6-7 loss to Russell. That was last night. Puts them at home tomorrow afternoon or late afternoon against Knott County Central and Lewis County. The Bulldogs have a doubleheader tomorrow afternoon. It's going to be a good day for some basketball on Saturday, weather-wise. A few teams playing. The Lady Bulldogs of Lawrence County, a win 10-0, a big win last night over Pike County Central. They, too, tonight are set to play in the Lindell Potter Memorial Tournament in Pikeville. Opponent and time to be announced. Over in Morgan County with Coach Hammonds and the Cougars, they dropped one 1-14 final score last night versus West Carter in the 15th Region All-A Classic. They had a loss, and they got in the second round. They had a win, but then a loss last night against West Carter. That was in 5 innings that they shut them out. 3-9 so far for the Cougars this season. They are tomorrow hosting Rose Hill Christian. That's tomorrow at 6 o'clock. And for the Lady Cats, or Lady Cougars, and Coach Lewis, a 17-10 win over Shelby Valley last night, puts them into the Paintsville Fast Pitch Spring Classic tomorrow. Opponent in time to be announced. I'll be right back. Now, while we're still kind of sort of on the subject of baseball, found this interesting earlier today. If you go to Max Preps to find out anything about any sport, basically, and they do rank teams nationally as well, but if you break it down to the state level and look at Kentucky high school baseball rankings, you'll find something interesting. They rank, I think they've got the top 100. I think there are a few other teams. I think Knott Central was in there maybe somewhere down around 50 or 75 somewhere. But when you get to the second page and get past, well, actually maybe on the end of the first page, nevertheless, when you make your way down to 20th in the state, they've got McGoffin County picked. McGoffin County and the Hornets at 6-2 jumped 5 spots up on this poll. They take the poll 2 times a week, 2 different days a week, on Tuesdays and Fridays. This is today's, and it shows that McGoffin County came from 25th to 20th today with their 6-2 record. And close on their heels, which is not surprising after the coverage that we've had this week and the games that we've got to see, Johnson Central at 26th and up 1 spot on the Max Prep list. But the 20th and 26th teams in the state of Kentucky right now out of all high schools ranked, and that's a bunch of high schools out of the 170, 3 or 6 school districts. Nevertheless, we'll be following the teams, and we'll follow Max Preps here throughout the season and see how they fare. Now, you also have to keep in mind that if you go to the 15th region standings on the Kentucky High School Athletic Association website, Johnson Central is 4th behind Pikeville, who is still undefeated at 15-0. Shelby Valley, Pressburg, and Central. And I guess Pikeville's probably up there above McGoffin County. I just didn't see them now that I think about it, but at 15-0 they have to be. Nevertheless, McGoffin County is at 20th, and Central is at 26th. And they're viewing area teams and home teams, so that's what we're going to focus on tonight. Nevertheless, the 15th region standings, Central is 4th right now at 10-6, and McGoffin County is actually down there at 9th at 6-2. So take from that what you will. But good news, I think, for everyone, regardless of how you look at it. Now take from this what you will. Your Licking Valley RECC forecast. The National Weather Service calling for a pretty nice Easter weekend. Sunday has changed yet again, and I'll get to that in just a second. Let me get through tonight and tomorrow first. 86 right now and falling slowly if you're catching the end of the early show. Partly cloudy, 48, a calm wind. We've seen 4 to 7 mile per hour winds out of the west here as of late, but they'll be calm over the course of the overnight. And tomorrow for your Saturday, after a little fog in the morning, 83 and 60 for your high and low. It's going to be sunny. It's going to be nice. Cannot, because it's been pretty steady, shake that or leave out that 20% chance of showers tomorrow afternoon. It's anytime on your Saturday, yes, tomorrow, after 10 o'clock, there's a 20% chance of some showers. It's slight, but got to leave it in there because, indeed, we might see some. Nothing to the degree of what I'm afraid the chances are on your Easter Sunday with 80 and 56. Partly sunny skies on your Easter Sunday, but here's the timeline. It's gone up and down or back and forth for 4 days now, from 5 to 2, from 5 to 2. Now the timeline has moved back to 2 o'clock right now for the chance of showers moving in on Sunday. 5 o'clock was better, I think, for everyone, but it is what it is. Maybe by Sunday, who knows what will happen. But right now, the window looks to be a chance of showers and thunderstorms possible after 2 o'clock on your Sunday. That's about a 30% The later Sunday goes, well, the more of a likelihood of some showers and possible thunderstorms we'll have for your Easter Sunday. So best advice I can give you, check the radar before you head out the door to hunt eggs, go to church, whatever you're going to do, any or all of the above, and dress or plan possibly accordingly. Monday of next week, there's that unsettled pattern that we're going to settle into. Mostly cloudy Monday, cooler as the front knocks us down to 72 degrees, and showers likely, maybe even some thunderstorms. Tuesday, still the low 70s, 50s for nighttime lows. Still cloudy, still a good shot at some showers. Wednesday, a lesser chance of showers and partly sunny skies, and temperatures start to rebound back towards 80 degrees. Well, that's it. Out of time, never out of news. Already some stories in-house and already a few things on my schedule for the upcoming weekend, for which we hope you have a wonderful Easter holiday and hope to see you afterwards, Monday, for more of Your News Today. Good night, good weekend, happy Easter, and thanks for watching.